And so, well, this is good, but who should develop a set of core values? So I think this is important. Number one, do you, as business leaders and owners, find it hard to differentiate yourself from your competitors? So I can speak for us as an accounting firm. How would you decide whether you are Davis Grant clients at the moment, or you've got another accounting firm that you work with? How do you decide who you work with? If cost is the only decision or the way that you can judge an accounting firm, then accounting firms are not doing their job, and showing how we differentiate beyond that. What service, what support, what advice, what guidance do you give? How responsive you are, and so on and so forth. And is that something that is just in your industry is something that is tricky for you to show? How does your service differentiate from anyone else? I know for ourselves, for example, we work with a number of recruitment companies, and initially one can say, well, I'll judge a recruitment company that we're going to use based on who is going to charge us the lowest fee, the lowest recruitment fee. But actually, that's just on a superficial level. And if the one that's charging a higher amount, perhaps not too crazy high, but a high amount, is actually providing us an amazing service, providing us with unbelievable candidates, and responds quickly to us and filters them, then this is something that perhaps if they communicated that and they had the core values of their recruitment firm, this is something that us as an accountant, when I'm looking at assessing which recruitment firms to use, would be something that would distinguish that. The same token, I think, as I touched on before, are you frustrated by a lack of aligned behaviour within your team? So is there a core value of, for example, how one should speak to clients on the phone or your customers? Is there a certain professional way? You don't want to micromanage every one of your team. So are there underlying principles, as I said here, core values, that the team can understand, and not just the existing team, but someone new, someone today joins your company, and they get given these core values so that they can then understand very, very quickly from tomorrow, what does the company really stand for? In fact, even better than giving it to them today on the first day they start, give it to them weeks before, so they're ready to go on day one, understanding exactly what you're about. In fact, I would go even further than that. We have now got it as part of our recruitment process, both to attract candidates to us, so that the recruiters work with us and we work with candidates and recruiters to explain our core values that hopefully even attract the candidates who want to apply to work at Davis Grant in the first place. So that's how intrinsic really it becomes. Would you like to get the very best from your team without getting the big stick out? This is again we've done this a lot. Rather than saying to the team, you're not doing this correct, you're not doing that, that's not the right way you should speak, that's not the right way. A client, you should have responded to that client within X number of hours, and a whole load of sort of arbitrary decisions that we feel were either obvious, or would have been somehow communicated. But here we can say the core values. We've got one that's that says unequivocal excellence, and so we will often say to our team, is that, hopefully not too often, but if something does happen, was that an area that you demonstrated unequivocal excellence, our core value? And they think about it, and it's a softer way, perhaps a more subtle way of explaining the level that we are trying to achieve. And would you like to have a business where everyone, including you, loves coming to work?